Lake Ullswater. Beautiful. Epic. And with the weather simply too bad for any sea adventures, we come to Ullswater to see what it has to offer. And in the next 3 days, we not only sample the lake from top to bottom, but also what the beautiful village of Glenridding has to offer. From the beautiful scenery, the places to eat, and the shops to buy provisions. So as we prepare Lulu for the lake, we get 2 very different sailing days. From the beautiful sun and calm winds of day 2, to the furious backing and veering winds of day 1 that Lake Ullswater is famous for. That see Lulu and myself being pushed to our limits. But we still find time to relax and make new friends. And have 2 of the best sailing days we've had in a long time. So come with us as we take on the challenge of Lake Ullswater. Hello, good afternoon should I say. We are not going on the sea because the weather has been awful, so I've brought you the next best thing, Lake Ullswater. So we've got a couple of days sailing here. We're going to rig Lulu up today. It's a little bit tasty, I'm not going to lie. We're getting 30 knot gusts, but as you can see, if handled them reef correctly, most of these boats are doing okay. And we've got kind of a bit of west in the wind at the moment, so this part of the lake, and we'll come on to that a little bit later, but this part of the lake is a little bit more sheltered, believe it or not. So yeah, we're here at Ullswater and we're at the Glenridding Sailing Centre. We're right at the south of the lake. Very Drascombe friendly place. In fact, the Drascombe rally was here at the weekend, and I just can't make a lot of weekends, unfortunately. But we're here and we're going to do some sailing. It's Mabel, and here's Lulu. We've just parked her here, hopefully not too in the way here. Right next to what looks like a Bay Raider, doesn't it? Is that a Bay Raider? Looks like a Bay Raider. I'm not the best with my boats, but looks like a Bay Raider. Well, I don't know whether the timeline of my videos is going to show this, but I haven't sailed for 7 weeks, and 3 of those have been holidays. One of those, or maybe 2 of those, have been spring tides, and then the rest of the time I just haven't been able to get on the sea. and the boat's been stuck at home as well. The weather has been horrendous. We haven't seen south in the wind as far as I can remember. Even on the ferry back from my holiday in France, I met a sailor, and he was sort of talking about how unusual it is to have all this north wind, you know, as we watched the north wind in the ferry going into it. It's just been horrendous this season, which is why we're here. I did have a trip around Anglesey planned, and I spent a week planning it, and we've made the decision. I was going with new guys, but we've made the decision we just can't go. We've also made a decision with the wind backing a little bit to west and being still quite tasty. I don't think we're seeing F4, F5 or below that. It's going to make getting in and out of Carnarvon Bar potentially treacherous. You know, and anything with north in it is going to make the north end of the Menai treacherous. So I didn't want to go for another sail along the Menai only. I wanted to do something different, so here we are. Ullswater is a huge lake, and we'll go into that later. It's certainly longer than Bala, and it just feels huge, this lake. You drive along it to get here. I don't go through the mountains or the big hills. I come all the way up the motorway, and then we drive from Penrith. We drive down the lake, all along the west shore of the lake. And you just get this sense of magnificence that you don't quite get from Bala. So anyway, hopefully it'll be a treat, and hopefully we'll get some brilliant sailing in. Today we'll rig a Lulu up. Tomorrow is still good fresh wind, so hopefully we'll have a good sailing day tomorrow. Thursday the wind dies down a bit, but we've got some things we can do and have a play with. I think there's going to be plenty to do here, so without further ado, I think what we'll do is we'll just go and find ourselves somewhere to park, and we're also camping for the night here, so I want somewhere quite nice. And then I'm looking around while I tell you this now, and then we will kind of get all the kit onto Lulu and we'll get her rigged up. One of the 16 lakes, meres or reservoirs of the UK's famous Lake District. Lake Ullswater is approximately 7 miles long, making it the second largest lake in the UK. Nestled amongst the hills of the Lake District, Ullswater can offer some of the most challenging wind you'll find on the lake in the UK. There we go. I think, to be honest with you, I just drove into the car park. It was a bit busy. It was really muddy at the top end, so I've come back to where we were. Here's Lulu, and I've just tucked myself in, and we're out the way here. If someone asks us to move, we'll move. But I thought it'd be nice being here, because what a view that will make. We're also close to the boat, so I'm not going to get too wet if I need to go to the boat and sort stuff out. Oh man, it's horrible out there. It's absolutely horrible. And there's a bit of a breeze coming in as well, so a bit of a cold front coming in. I'm going to close the boot so we get a little bit of respite from this. Woo. While we're waiting for the rain to stop, let's talk about what we're going to do today. It's Tuesday, and it's about 3 o'clock. Is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock. So the centre's probably about to sort of close at 5-ish, that kind of time. All we need to do today really is get Lulu rigged up, ideally, and ready to go. We'll have a little look around the place as well, and then we'll pop into Glenridding itself. So it's a short walk back into Glenridding. It's got a few shops, some pubs, even a place to watch the football as I passed as I came in here. And it's quite a nice little place, actually. You can also get the packet steamer from here that goes up the length of Ullswater, and I think it's launched from over there. Here, there's like a little river in between here and where the steam packet boat is. Right, rain seems to have stopped. I'm going to pop my coat on. We're going to go for a little wander. So let's go and have a look what Glenridding Sailing Centre's all about. So this is where you come in, and there's supposed to be a gate somewhere, but I didn't find it on the way in. This is the main car park. As you can see, they've got some, you know, some decent sized boats in here. This is like the changing rooms. And there's a nice shower there. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. There's a nice shower in there and toilets. And then I think they said, I think it's an office in the front there. If we go down here, where Lulu's just sat at the moment, this is like one of the, I think he said this was the beach. And there's, yeah, this is a great place for launching dinghies, smaller dinghies, canoes, kayaks, things like that, hey? Ooh, there's a mirror. Isn't it? Is that a mirror? Yeah, that's a mirror. That's a little fiberglass mirror, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, beautiful. You don't often see very new mirrors, do you? Because there's, you know, so many different boats nowadays. It's like a proper little beach, isn't it? Lovely. The only problem with Crocs are stones, and stony beaches. You get your Crocs full of stones if you're not careful. You have to like walk around doing a little dance to sort of flick them out. Pickled onion. Like Sam Holmes's boat, pickled herring I think his is called. So there's like a little jetty here, and then there's the guy still sailing, having a lovely time. There's the launching tractor, the main office there, and then these, I think that's a coastal whammel, but it's very hard sometimes to tell the difference between, you know, post boats and coastal whammels, and that they're all of that sort of, I would call it a post boat style, sort of fat, short, fat, stout, you know, very, very stable. Perhaps a little slower than a lugger, but safe. So they've got a fleet of hawks. So this is the Hawk cabin, and this is the Hawk 20, I think they're called. And these are spectacular boats. I would have one of these at the drop of the hat, but would probably go for the cabin. When I say cabin, you can see there's a centerboard box in there. It's more of a cuddy, but I mean, all I'm after is something I can sleep in without having to pitch tents and whatnot. And something that's a little bit safer, a little bit quicker maybe, you know? But these boats are fantastic. They're a little bit heavy. I think they're 800 kilo because they carry a lot of ballast in the drop-down keel. So where a Bay Raid or a Bay Raid Expedition or Bay Cruiser 20 would win is that they don't carry that ballast. They're a 400 kilo boat. To put that into perspective, the Lugger is 285 kilos. So, you know, the Bay Raider is the boat for me, really. But these, let's have a look at this one as well in the cabin. It's got slightly, I can get into this one a bit more. But these sail like little, I mean, witches. The Bay Raiders sail like demons. But these are even better.
You know me. I could have stayed and looked at all those boats for hours, but hunger prevailed. So we make our way to the village of Glenridding.
It reminds me of the Microsoft backdrop. Was it like the Windows 10 or some Windows XP, wasn't it? I remember now. I think that's the most expensive picture ever taken, because the guy that took it and sold it to Microsoft, I think's made a fortune off it. Feel the wind here actually. There's a little sort of draft down here and you get a good old gust here as I was walking up. Oh, here we go again. So there's still a lot of passion in this wind. Tuesday the 10th closed. But open tomorrow. There's a T25 over there, high top. these big places look a little bit posh for me, but there is a place up here, Traveller's Rest, 500 yards, so we're going to see what that's all about. Otherwise, it's go to the posh places, or we make something in the van, which is not you know, that's all right, isn't it? Nice to have a walk anyway. It loosens my back up a little bit from the drive, so it's quite nice. Whew. Well, that was nice. We're back and everyone has gone. I just ran into the owner. He's also called Dave. Nice chap by all accounts. Great sailing name. And he said, yeah, hello, and he'll see us on Thursday. So he says, you've got the place to yourself, look after it. So we will do. Just been to the shop, forgot my cereal. So, do you know what? I've not had Alpen for a long time. So I thought, well, I'll have some of that. Muesli. I don't really eat breakfast at home, but when I'm away, you know, a good breakfast does help. And I've bought 2 pints of milk as well, so I need to eat that. And I also got myself some toffees. I literally haven't eaten sweets for about a week and a half. Not normally so. I cracked. I'll have a few of those in a minute. It's 6:30. We've got a couple of hours of light. I think the best thing we can do is get Lulu, let's get Lulu rigged up and prepared. And we'll do it while having a little beer. I also bought some beers. So I had one in that pub and now I fancy another one. It's the way it goes, isn't it? I think it's from being on holiday. I had a couple of beers. Well, not most nights actually, but it was nice to have like a beer, maybe 2 with a barbecue when we had one. So yeah, I swear the tide has come in here. I swear the tide has come in. But surely it can't have done. Seems everywhere I go, the birds follow. So I didn't record it, but this cover at home, I've got a couple of birds nesting in my oak tree at home, and my God, they made a mess of the boat. The boat was filthy. I had to get like a dustpan and brush and scrub the boat. Add to that, one of the negatives of having the boat at home, I guess, with all the trees and whatnot nearby, is that not only do you get leaves, especially now it's autumn, dropping as twigs, leaves, everything, but annoyingly I've got this sort of, you know, little black mould that's appeared. It's only, I'm just trying to look down there, yeah, it's only on the surface. It's like this weird mouldy, greeny, blacky stuff you can get off the trees. I don't know what it is, but everything in my house gets it. Like we've got, like, I made a wooden swing for my daughter and that gets it all. I have to give that a good old jet wash every now and again. The cars get mouldy crap on them, you know, so it's part of where I live. But I'm just taking the cover off, letting that have a dry out, and we're going to give the boat a bit of a wash, because actually getting her up here, she's filthy. So she's filthy inside and she's filthy from the drive up here as well. I just took the number plate off and didn't realise I had my car's number plate on the back. So fortunately no one stopped me and it was fine. And I don't think you can see the number plate on the van with this on, but I've got the van number plate underneath. So yes, anyway, let's not say any more about that.